Hello and welcome to the Murray Center on Rhode Island College for a Rhode Island College basketball doubleheader here as the anchor woman and the anchor men take on Keene State College here in which both are Little Eastern Conference matchups. I'm Jake Elmsley. I'm here alongside Jack Streeper here as the women's team takes on the Keene State College Lady Owls. The anchor woman right now, I've been having a very successful season so far under first-year coach Jenner Cosgrove. They're 6-4 right now, but they've been on a little bit of a skid lately. They lost 3 of their 4 games in December, so they're looking to rebound right now, get their first conference matchup, and you know what, maybe there's not a better team in the conference to do it against than the Owls right now, who are reeling right now at this point in the season. They are only 2-10 right now, have not won a single game in the conference. They've only won 1 home game, 1 away game. So the anchor woman hopefully looking to capitalize on a weaker opponent right now. In Jackson, what are the keys to the game right now for the anchor woman?
I think ball movement, obviously a key component of the game. Get the ball inside, easy points. So if they want to come away with this, it's going to be, outside shots need to be limited. Just get it all inside.
All right, anyway, once again, you are watching Anchor Woman Basketball on Anchor TV and broadcasted on 90.7 WXIN. And we're going to go right away for just a minute for the starting lineups. All right. First time we did it, I was so confused by that whole process. Oh, slammed them. Oh. And we are here for the start of this one. Jake Elmsley, Jackson Reaper on Anchor TV on 90.7 WXIN as the Rhode Island College Anchorwomen take on the Keene State Lady Owls here in the Murray Center. First part of a doubleheader. The men's team will be playing right after this, but we're here right now as the 6-4 Anchorwomen take on the 2-10 Lady Owls. Here we were talking earlier, big key for the Anchorwomen. This one will be getting out to a nice early lead. They've had a little bit of trouble with that lately. Once again, on a skid, losing 3 of their last 4. So they're looking to rebound just a little bit here today. And we're off. Ball being handled by number 10 for the Owls, Keene Talk. She passes the top of the key to Kenzie Bennett. Bennett's driving, and Bennett gets called for the offensive foul. Going to be the Anchorwomen's first possession here. Ornella Livramento to inbound the ball. She inbounds it to Jessa Rubera. The senior guard out of Newton, Mass. She passes it back to Ornella. She passes it to Cristofaro. Cristofaro passes it off to the center, Brillmeyer. Brillmeyer passes it off to number 4, Jordan Gavin. Gavin passes it back to Livramento, back to Cristofaro. She takes a shot, and that is a bucket for Jessa Rubera. A lot of good ball movement on that possession, Jackson.
Good spacing on the play right there. We'll see if they can keep that up.
Ball being handled, passed over to Kenzie Bennett, passed back to Lily Shillman. Shillman takes a 3, she's off. Seems like a little rush, but the rebound by Jordan Burke. Burke passed off, it ends up back with Shannon, who tries to take the shot. She gets blocked. Passed it off to number 10, Thack. Thack's handle ball, she passes it back off to Bennett. Bennett's looking somewhere. She passes it on the inside to McPadden. McPadden takes a shot. She's off. Rebound by Brillmeyer. Brillmeyer hands ball off to Spitzcha. Ball being handled now by Rubera. Rubera passes the ball off to Livramento. Livramento gets the ball back, and look at that! Nice inside pass by the Anchorwoman on that one.
We mentioned beforehand how the key to this game will be their inside presence, so it was a good look there to set up that easy bucket.
Yeah, and the Anchorwomen have had a little bit of trouble, at least in the games we've seen. We've only seen them once or twice here on Anchor TV, but last time we saw them, they were having a little bit of trouble stopping those inside passes, at least early on in the game. So we saw the Owls were able to get one on them early on in this game, but hopefully they'll be able to kind of put the clamp down on that. As Thack takes a 3, she misses a 3. Rebound by Livramento. She passes it back off to Gavin. Gavin's going up. She passes it off to Cristofaro. Gavin looks away. She drives inside. She passes the ball off on the end to Rubera. Rubera takes a 3. She misses a 3. Rebound by number 14 for the Owls, Lily Schleiman. Thack's handling the ball. She passes it off to Bennett. Bennett passes it off to Lily. Back to Bennett. Bennett's at the top of the key. She's looking for somewhere to go with it. She passes it off to number 21, Emily McPadden. Ball winds up back with Shillman. Shillman takes the long 2. She's off. Rebound by Rubera.
A rough start for the Lady Owls here as they've missed their first 4.
That's not their field goal percentage this season. That's been a measly 32% so far.
Yeah,
So
I wonder if they start to pound the ball inside as they look for better looks.
as Jordan Gavin drives, she passes the ball off on the corner to Rubera. Rubera's off on the 3, but a rebound by Amber Cristofaro. She passes the ball off to Jordan Gavin. Gavin's being guarded by Schlerman. Jordan passes the ball back off to Cristofaro.
Another good
Ball
pass inside.
Nice. And whistle blows. That's going to be Owls' ball though. But you're right, Jackson. Another good pass inside. Another good one to Livramento, who so far is playing very well on the inside. Livramento, the 5'9" sophomore forward out of Pawtucket, as the Owls get possession of the ball again. Thack still handling it. Thack's driving. She passes it off to Schleman. Schleman's driving on the inside. Passes it off to McPadden. McPadden on the edge. McPadden's trying to drive from the corner. She almost steps out of bounds, but she's able to wrap it around to Kenzie Bennett. Kenzie Bennett takes the open 3, and that's an air ball. And that's going to be the Anchorwoman ball yet again. And now 0 for 5 so far to start this one out.
Yeah, real rough start to the game here, but we'll see if they turn it around.
And the ball being handled once again by Jessa Rubera, the captain, the senior guard out of Newton, Mass. Rubera is being guarded by Thack. She tries to get by her. She runs passing it off to Gavin. Gavin's back inside to Livramento.
Another good look by Rhode Island College right there.
Yes, and just a little off on that one, but these things, of course, do happen. Ball being handled by Kenzie Bennett. at the top of the front. Tries to pass inside, is unable to get it. Nice play there by Livramento, but the anchor, and she's able to get a tip on the inside pass. A nice heads up play by her, but the Owls still able to recover it. But nice play there. Definitely wary of those inside passes right now. It's still going to be the Owls' ball here, though. Lily Schliemann to inbound. She gets it over to Thack, nearly at the half court. She's being guarded by Rubera. She's trying to get around her. Rubera playing tight defense on her, though. But the ball's passed on the outside of the corner to Bennett, and she makes a three. And that is the first shot of the game. First make of the game, excuse me, first bucket of the game for the Owls.
Although that was an open look right there, I think the anchor women have done a good job at limiting their inside presence, forcing those girls to take outside shots. So we'll see if they keep that up.
Absolutely, and so far it's been working for them. That was their third three and only their first make, which is in line with their 30%. Ooh, as Livramento comes in.
Great spacing on the floor right there.
Nice play by her. That's her first. Those are third and fourth points of the game. Nice play there by her. She's been a force so far in this one. Ball being handled by Thack. She's trying to get around. She's somebody to go with it. She's unable to find anything. She's passed it off to Lily Schumann. She takes the three. Another. Doesn't even hit the rim. Not even going to need to reset the shot clock on that one. And it'll be the anchor women's ball here yet again with 5:08 left to go in the first quarter. Ball being handled by Jessa Rubera. Rubera passes the ball off to Gavin. Gavin trying to go around. She's able to get a nice pick. Nice pick there set by Jessica Brillmeyer, but she's unable to make the bucket. Ball once again in the hands of Thack. Thack's trying to get around Rubera. Rubera's not letting go anywhere. Rubera's able to get a hand in there. And Thack gets fouled on the play, though, it looks like. She gets fouled on the play, but still nice hustle there by Rubera, pressuring her in the half court.
We'll see here. She's got 2 fouls early in the first period, so we'll see whether or not she sits for the rest or continues to play with that high energy.
Yeah, and you're right. That's going to be an interesting decision for Coach Cosgrove, obviously the first-year coach, to make right here. But still, it's good to see that level of intensity early in the game. But the Anchor women had a slow start last time we saw them play, so it's good to see them trying to get out hard and not – especially them trying to get out hard, get out early, and not let this game get away from them, even playing against what looks to be an inferior opponent to them.
And I've liked their spacing so far. They're doing a great job of getting the ball inside, getting those easy looks, and creating a lot of space on the floor for some open shots. So
yeah, they're doing it a lot of ways, too. They're utilizing drives. They're utilizing a little bit of pick and roll in the last possession there. So far, the shots aren't full. So far, they're 3 for 7 shooting right now, but they've been creating a lot of quality looks from all over the floor so far in this one. So I have to agree with you on that, Jackson, that really they just got to look to keep that up, keep up the intensity, just hope that the shots eventually start falling as we buzzer blows. We come out of this timeout. So far, 4:42 left to go in the first quarter of play here. 6-3, Anchor woman up in this one so far against Keene State. And as we broadcast on Anchor TV, we're also being simulcast on 90.7 WXIN. So tune in there if you got to hop in the car. Don't want to see the photos. Don't have time to watch this right now. And it's going to be Owls ball.
Great look inside right there off the inbounds pass.
Absolutely. Passed it right inside to Kenzie Bennett. That is the exact kind of thing we were just talking about. And it looks like Rubera is going to be staying in this one, though, with her 2 fouls. She's being guarded by Thack. Rubera, the captain of the team. Rubera driving.
Oh, great look inside right there.
Oh, and a nice bucket by Ornella Livramento.
Threading the needle.
So far, it's been a force early on in this game. And those are 5th and 6th points. Ball passed over to Lily Schliemann. Schliemann passed the ball off to number 30, Jordan Burt. Jordan looking for somewhere to go. She's opposite drive. She passes it back off to Schliemann in the corner. She takes the corner 3. And that is another air ball for the Owls. Rubera with the rebound. She takes the long 2. She's off. She runs it up the floor. Interesting thing to see them do here. Ball being handled now by Schliemann. Schliemann switches on to Livramento switches on to Schliemann. Schliemann looks somebody goes, pass it off to Burke. Burke passes it off to McPadden. McPadden gets caught up. She gets called for the foul. That's to be a charge against her. Against Amber DiCristofaro. So the Anchorman able to draw the offensive foul on that possession there. Ball now in the hands of Jordan Gavin. Gavin running the point, bring the ball, passes off to Livermento. Livermento passes off in the corner to Cristofaro. Cristofaro to Stewart. Stewart to McCaffrey, but McCaffrey is called for the travel with a lot of space there, so that's always a shame to see that guy.
Yeah, and despite the turnover there, I've noticed that they've been able to get a lot of good ball movement in their last couple of possessions, so see if they can keep that up. Key to the game.
Absolutely not. I mean, that long, too, Jesse Rivera took a couple possessions ago. That was the first possession for the Anchorwomen that seemed to not get at least 8-10 seconds into the shot clock.
Yeah, no, and they're working the clock, which is, a vital part of this game right here. Keene State, with their young team, and actually only 12 girls on the roster. We'll see whether or not the Anchorwomen can take advantage of that.
Yes, as a three is missed by the Owls, as a solid inside pass attempt made by Jordan Gavin is little too many bodies in the paint there for that one to go through. So the ball is passed over to Kenzie Bennett. Kenzie Bennett looking for a way to go with it. She's trying to take some action. Passes it off to number 22, Abby Thutt. She passes it to Emily McPadden. McPadden passes it under the basket to Bennett, and her shot is off, and the shot is taken by Lily Schliman. She's able to make the one under the basket, so the Anchorwomen getting bodied underneath the basket on that one.
And they are. They've allowed a couple offensive rebounds so far.
No, they need to play a little bit more physically under the basket if they want to get away in this one. They want to pull away early as Gavin's handling the ball. She's being guarded by Schliman. Nice pick set by Livermento. Schliman passes the ball off to McCaffrey. Ball pass back to Gavin, and another traveling charge. Another traveling call on the Anchorwomen right now. Last one was on McCaffrey. This one on number 4, Jordan Gavin, the 5'7" sophomore guard out of Fall River, Massachusetts. As the ball is being handled by Jasmine Mitchell, her first minute of the game. Pass the ball back to Bennett. Mitchell handling the ball once again.
Anchorwomen running their half-court trap set right now, it looks like.
Lily Schliman, she goes under the basket, and that's going to be a call against the Anchorwoman. And Schliman's looking to go to the line. Nope. Still going to be Lady Owl's ball, but not. And the ball passed inside to McPadden. And once again, the Anchorwomen, so far the Owls are taking good advantage of these inbound passes.
They are, yeah. The last two we've seen some pretty good looks at the basket.
Ball being handled by Gavin. She passes the ball off to Stewart.
Another traveling call.
This time on Stewart. That was on Stewart, correct?
It was.
And 3 Anchorwomen on 3 possessions now have had traveling calls. So they've got it. They're shooting themselves in the foot with that right now.
They are.
They got to cut it out with that. With all of that. Anyway, the ball being handled once again by Mitchell. She passes it off to McPadden. McPadden passes it off to Bennett. Bennett trying to find at the top. He's being guarded by Livermento. Nice screen set by the Owls. And Bennett is able to get inside. A nice pick and roll play. And they're able to take their first lead of the game now.
Yeah, and despite that slow start, you've seen them get a couple great looks inside, and that's what's helped cut down this lead and for them to take the lead.
And the Owls now up 9-8 with 1:10 left to go in the first quarter of play. Ball being handled by Cristofaro. She passes it off to Stewart, to McCaffrey. Gavin takes a long three. Looks like she was looking for the foul on that one. With a whole body in her face, she just chucks that one up. Not sure what she was thinking on that one. And that looks like an offensive foul, so the Anchorwoman, nope, foul called on the Anchorwoman, excuse me. Abby Thutt has been fouled, so now we're going to be seeing the first free throws of this game with 52.2 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play. So Abby Thutt, the 5'10" freshman forward out of North Ferrisburg, Vermont, in the Champlain region, Jackson. I know it's an area you're familiar with, as she misses her first free throw. Jesse Rivera re-enters the game. And Abby Thutt going to take the second of her 2 free throws, and she makes that one. Keene State is now up 10-8 against the Anchorwomen with 50 left to go in the first quarter. Ball being handled by Jordan Gavin. Jordan Gavin, she's driving. Jordan Gavin breaks her way around some nice handles by her, using both hands, and she's just able to get inside for her first basket of the game. And Gobbin's only the third anchor woman with a basket so far in
And
this
it was
one.
interesting to see her space the floor right there and just be patient. And once she saw a lane, she's attacked the basket very strong.
Absolutely, a nice play by her as Lily Schliemann takes the shot. She missed it, but she gets her own rebound, gets it outside to Kenzie Bennett, and another air ball for the Owls. Rivera driving inside, passes the ball, swings the ball out to Livramento. Livramento with an air ball of her own.
Both teams
Rebound by
continuing to
Anchorwoman,
force great outside shots.
You're right, and that's the end of the first quarter right now. The Anchorwoman and Owls tied right now, 10-10, and so far in this one, it's been basically a one-woman show for each team through the first quarter. The Owls have Kenzie Bennett with 7 points, 1 rebound. Their only other scorer being Lily Schielman, who only has 2 points but 5 rebounds. And then on the Anchorwoman side, Ornella Livramento with 6 points, while only 2 other Anchorwomen even have a basket, those two being Jordan Gavin and Jessa Rivera with 2 points each. So I think the key right now for both teams is just to start making more shots in this one.
It looks like we have an injury on the floor right now.
Yeah, it looks like Jessa Rivera, the captain, she looks like she's wincing in a little bit of pain right now. She's walking at her own power, it seems, but looks like she's going to be getting tested for something or another. Looks like it might be concussion. I can't tell who that man helping her is. I don't know if that's part of the team medical staff or if that's league appointed, but hopefully she's okay. We'll be keeping our eye on her. But so far through the first half, the Owls with 4 for 16 on field goals, and the Anchorwoman 5 for 13. So not good field goal percentages for either team. The Anchorwoman have the edge in that one right now, but only 2 free throws shot in that game. Those are the 2 free throws we saw at the end of the quarter, shot
But
by.
despite that, I think that Keene has brought a lot more physical presence in the last, I would say the last half of that first period. Notice they started to get the ball inside a lot more, play more physically, obviously, on the boards.
And you'd think that would lead to higher rebound numbers, but the rebound totals between these two teams are actually tied. Both teams have 10 rebounds, but you're right. The Keene State right now, at least on their own offensive end, is doing very well on the inside. And also the turnovers were killing the Anchorwoman.
They were. It was interesting also to see Rhode Island force them to take a lot of outside shots. I think it's going to be important in this remaining period with them just not hitting any of them. A lot of them were air balls that we saw. So it'll just be, as I mentioned before, if they continue to make them force them to shoot outside shots, I think they'll be in a much better place. Dominate those boards, get the ball inside, get those good looks, and they'll be right, leading this game.
No, and I agree with you. Just cut down stupid turnovers. You can't have 3 possessions in a row that end
The
with
traveling
travels.
calls, it is unacceptable.
They can't be doing. But if they just clamp down inside and continue to, allow the Owls to take these outside shots, as long as they're not hitting them at the rate they're hitting them and have the willingness to still take them, I think there's absolutely no shame in the Anchorwoman just letting them take these threes right now. Once again, the Owls right now 1 for 8 on threes as we gear up for the start of the second period. Jessa Rivera kind of trying to just bounce around right now on the sideline, seeing if she's okay. She looks okay. So we're going to, once again, be monitoring that as we get the second quarter underway. Ball inbounded to Jordan Gavin. Jordan Gavin
looks like it's a right ankle issue with her. Obviously in some pain.
Oh, yeah, she's back down.
Moving laterally. Be a big loss for the Anchorwoman if she couldn't come back into this game.
As DiCristofaro passed it off to Jordan Gavin. Jordan Gavin, 7 seconds left on the shot clock, 6 seconds left. Gavin's driving. She takes the wild shot. That one's off. Ball rebounded by Kenzie Bennett. Mitchell handling the ball. Mitch passes the ball off to Schliemann. As foul's called on the Owls, so it's going to be Anchorwoman ball here. That's good to see.
A correction, out of bounds call.
Oh, was it an out of bounds call?
It was, yeah. It was on the line.
Our monitor was in the way. Excuse me on that. Jordan Gavin handling the ball. Jordan Gavin passes the ball off to DiCristofaro. DiCristofaro passes the ball back off to Livramento. Livramento back to Gavin.
Keene State playing with a lot of energy on defense. Something we didn't see a whole lot in the first period, but
as the long two is taken by Brooke Young. She makes it. That's her first basket of the game. Brooke Young, the freshman guard out of West Warwick. A lot of energy, but the Anchorwomen able to start getting that ball moving back, and they get the first bucket of the second quarter. They're up 12-10. Ball pass on the outside to Mitchell. Mitchell takes a three. She misses the three. Rebound by DiCristofaro. DiCristofaro is driving up the court. She's pushing the pace right now. Passes the ball off to Gavin. Gavin passes on the inside to Brillmeyer. Brillmeyer gets fouled on the way up. Or no, Brillmeyer's called for the foul, excuse me. So that's going to be the Owls' ball. Brillmeyer is easily the biggest player on either team at 6'2".
And it's key here with big post presence. You can force that ball inside and get good looks and also dish it out to the ones on the perimeter.
Absolutely. I think utilizing Brillmeyer's size will be important for them in this game as she's taken out early. She has not been playing a lot of minutes in the games I've been seeing. Ball being handled now by Jasmine Mitchell. Ball passed off to Abby Thutt. Back to...
Oh, and it's blocked there.
Yes, a good stop on the inside pass, on the inside play there. Ornella Livermento. She drives and...
She'll be heading to the line for two, it looks like.
Yeah, looks that way. Good play by Livermento. You're right, pushing the pace right there in transition. Immediately gets fouled. Same sort of play the Anchorwomen were looking to get on the last possession. And Livermento right now is the leading scorer for the Anchorwomen. She has 6 points in this one right now. No assists, no rebounds quite yet. She's been 3 for 5 on field goals so far. These are the first free throws to the Anchorwomen in this game as she connects on the first one. As Jessie Rubera on the sideline, looks like she's getting her ankle taped up pretty heavily right now. She's got her shoe off. So we're going to continue to monitor that. Looks like the refs are talking something or another over. As they get ready for the second free throw out of Ornella Livermento, the sophomore forward, out of Pawtucket. She takes the shot, and she makes it. She's got 8 points in this one so far, with 8:11 left to go in the first half. Mitchell's handling the ball now. Mitchell bringing it down. She's being guarded by Young. She passes the ball off to Tamra Ganya. Ball pass to Mitchell. Mitchell with a nice little step there. She's able to get the baseline, Jay. A nice move by...
Great look there.
Absolutely nice move by Jasmine Mitchell, making that one completely for herself as Jordan Gavin handles the ball. Jordan Gavin passes it off to Sierra Stewart. Stewart passes the ball off to Livermento. Livermento takes a long two. She makes a long two. She's got 10 in this one. Livermento is doing it all herself right now. Livermento with a nice play as Mitchell's bringing the ball down. Mitchell passes the ball off to Ganya. Ganya passes the ball back to Mitchell. Mitchell passes the ball on the inside to Thutt misses the shot. Rebound by Gavin. Gavin taking it down now. Gavin passes it off to DiCristofaro. DiCristofaro misses the inside look though. Ball rebounded by Ganya. Ganya passes the ball off to Schliemann. Pass the ball back to Mitchell. Mitchell's being guarded by Brooke Young. Pass the ball off to Schliemann. She's being guarded by Gavin. She's trying to get around Gavin. Gavin's picked. Stewart guards her. She picks her up. Livermento gets the rebound. Another miss for the Owls. Anchorman leads 16-12, 6:46 left to go.
A different story this quarter, as you mentioned in the first quarter, that the ladies were actually taking quite a bit of time off the shot clock. We've seen the last couple possessions where they've only been taking a couple seconds before getting a shot up.
Yeah, the Anchorman showing a lot of willingness to push the pace right there as the ball is stripped from Amber DiCristofaro. No, you're right. The Anchorman have definitely been pushing the pace the last couple of possessions.
Clearly a transition game.
Maybe trying to make up for the loss of Rubera right now, who's a very good facilitator. Maybe trying to move away from a little bit more of the set pieces, trying to just get guns ablazing. It's working for them so far. They're leading the Owls 6-2 so far in this quarter. As the ball is being handled by Livermento underneath the basket. She drives. She spins around. She's not fouled, though. Unable to make the shot. Ball being handled by Mitchell. Mitchell passes the ball off to Ganya. As Livermento tries to get the steal, but she's just a little off. But Gavin's able to get the block on the pass, but...
Great hustle by Keene to keep that ball alive.
Absolutely. Bennett's able to recover that one. Nice plays all around by both teams on that possession. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Shot taken by Mitchell. She misses it. And Keene State almost able to get the rebound. A lot of good hustle going on right now as the ball is given to the Anchorwomen. But very scrappy possession right there for both teams. but it's going to be a foul on Emily McPadden, the junior guard out of Kingsborough, Mass, is how we'll pronounce that. Jordan Gavin handling the ball. Lisbeth Spitzshaw entering the game. Jordan Gavin passes it off to Spitzshaw. Spitzshaw passes it off to Livermento. Livermento passes it back off to Gavin. Gavin with the ball, passes it off to Stewart. Stewart back to Gavin. McCaffrey back to Gavin, excuse me. Gavin's trying to get by a defender. She's able to get by a defender. She gets into another defender. Looks like Gavin was looking for the foul on that one once again, though. Ball being handled by Thack. Thack passes it off to McPadden, who's off on the 3 ball.
Another offensive rebound for Keene here. Seen that a lot in the first 2 quarters.
You're right. Keene's really still bullying the Anchorwoman on the inside, even with the score numbers not being there, as another shot is off, but it's going to be a loose ball foul by Keene State. So that's going to be Anchorwoman ball, as Keene State still only has 1 bucket in this second quarter of play with 4:38 left to go in the half.
And they've been getting good looks, so you continue to do that, and I think they'll manage to cut down this a little bit. Only down by 4, but things can change in a hurry, and I would look to them also to continue that transition game as it's been going back and forth this quarter so far. We'll see what's in store for them after this timeout.
Yeah, the tempo of the game is definitely being pushed on both ends right now by both teams. Once again, first quarter, you rarely saw a possession that took less than 8 seconds off the shot clock, but in this quarter, these teams are pushing it.
Of course they are, and I noticed actually in the first quarter with now the absence of Rivera, she in the first quarter was, wasn't pressing a whole lot, was actually managing the tempo of the game, making sure teammates got good looks, and when you have a floor general like that, it can honestly put a lot of, make you play more relaxed and, get your offensive sets in and whatnot. So without her in the game now with her ankle injury, it'll be interesting to see a change in tempo between the 2 teams, or whether or not somebody will step up and look to just slow things down a little bit as a point guard.
Yeah, potentially, or the Anchorwomen just have to continue to just shoot the ball away, which is working for them so far, I'd say. So maybe an up tempo is better for them right now without Rubera, but that stands to be seen. Maybe one of these younger guards, Jordan Gavin, because without Rubera, they don't have a lot of experience at the guard position. They have Margaret McCaffrey, who's a junior, and they have Amber DiCristofaro, who's a senior. But outside of that, all their guards are freshman or sophomore players, like Jordan Gavin right here, who's playing a nice game right now. She's seems to take the ring as a primary ball handler from them right now. So Jordan Gavin's handling it.
And I'll look for them to continue to feed Livermento in the post as she's been.
Yes, as
hot
Margaret McCaffrey takes the 3. That's the first 3 for the Anchorwoman in this game. That, I believe, is McCaffrey's first bucket in this game, and it is. So the Anchorwoman now up 19-12. As Lisbeth Spitzshaw is
for the offensive foul.
Yes, gets fouled by Keene Tack. So that'll be another possession. So that's a turnover for the Owls. So the Anchorwoman now looking for getting a chance now to really start to pull away in this one. They lead by 7 right now with 4:08 left to go in the half. Jordan Gavin once again with the ball. And the Anchorwoman on that possession really taking their first 3 ball of the quarter, actually. So that might be something I look to emphasize a little more as Spitzshaw drives on the inside, and now Spitzshaw's called for the offensive foul. Spitzshaw's fouled. I'm awful at telling what the fouls are. But Spitzshaw, we're gonna call it Spitzshoe. Lisbeth Spitzshoe is coming up to the line for the 3rd and 4th free throws of the game for the Anchorwoman. And she's off on the first one. It bounces off the front of the rim. Spitzshoe is the freshman guard. She's 5'3", out of Ivorytown, Connecticut. And another one of these young guards who the Anchorwoman might need to be looking at to step up with Rubera out for who knows how long. And she's off on the second one as well. So the Anchorwoman still only up by 7 with 3:50 left to go in the half. Back handling the ball. Shooting guard by Spitzshoe. Ball passed off to Gagne. Ball passed inside. Back to Gagne. Finds its way over to Jordan Burke on the outside. Jordan Burke trying to find someone on the inside. She passes it off to Emily McPadden. McPadden handling the ball. She passes it off to D'Amaros. D'Amaros passes it on the inside. 3 left to go on the shot clock. Shot's got to get off, and that's a shot clock violation for the Owls. Nice defense by the Anchorwomen there, suffocating them on the inside. You saw that possession. The ball got inside for the Owls, but the Anchorwomen were suffocating the player. We're not giving her an opportunity to take a shot and encouraging the Owls to take those outside shots.
And it's a point they haven't been so great on this game, so if Rhode Island wants to pull away here, I think it'd be best for them to continue to force Keene to take those outside jumpers.
Yes, and even on that possession, they were not willing to take the outside jumper. They didn't even want it as Galvin drives, passes the ball off to Sierra Stewart. She takes a 3. She's off. Livermento tries to get the rebound over 2 girls. She's unable to. But that ball is going to, but the hustle's still worth it because the ball is going to stay with the Anchorwoman as an Owls player, tips it out. But yes, seemingly the Owls were not willing to take the outside shot. They wanted that inside shot, and they couldn't get it as Livermento gets the ball on the inside. She's off on the shot, though. Ball being handled by Thack. Thack's being guarded by Spitzju. Ball handled by Megan D'Amaros. As the ball's knocked out by Livermento. Nice play by Livermento there. Reball taken by Emily McPadden. I think
another forced outside shot by Keene there.
Absolutely. They're willing to do that. The Anchorwomen will let them do that all day. And she had a hand in her face on that one. That was a very ill-advised shot. Now with Jordan Galvin handling the ball. Jordan Galvin with the drive. She gets on the inside, passes it off to Livermento. Livermento passes it off to Margaret McCaffrey. McCaffrey back to Galvin. Galvin with a lot of space to her right. Tries to get the ball to Spitzju, but they're not quite able to get it. But Sierra Stewart gets on the ground there. We're going to be seeing
change of possession for Keene on the jump ball.
Yes, going to be Keene State's ball. And once again, the inside passes off of cuts for the Anchorwomen. So far, they're having a little bit of trouble getting in sync on those.
And they have, yes, you're correct.
They've had a little bit of trouble getting these moving passes on the inside, which they've been able to set them up very nicely. They've had good ball movement. They've had good off-ball movement, but just getting those pinpoint pass inside has been difficult for them a couple of possessions. They've had some nice ones. They had a play earlier that you referred to as a nice thread.
It was, yeah. Obviously, they've been a little less concerned with getting the ball inside. They've gotten some good mid-range shots, but I think it's been the transition game so far that's
Padden is able to make the 3 with a hand in her face. Nice shot by her, and that's only Keene's second bucket of the second quarter with 1:35 left to go. They trail by 4, now down 19-15. Ball being handled by Livermento. Livermento's driving. She's trying to get in a corner, but she bounces off the bottom of the backboard. But Sierra Stewart with the hustle. She's able to force the jump ball. Nice play by her there. With 1:23 left to go, the Anchorwomen are making a little bit of a change here. Incoming is Brooke Young and Kyla DePina, who I believe is getting her first minutes of the game. Ball on the outside to Galvin. Galvin takes 3. Galvin makes a 3.
A great look off that inbounds pass right there for
Absolutely. Sailed over both teams right into the hands of Galvin. She makes that one. Thack handling the ball. Thack looking for it. Pass it off to Ganya. Ganya's being guarded by Young. Young not letting her by. Young with the nice defense. Fast feet there for her. Pass inside by Thack. She's able to get it to number 30. Jordan Burke, who misses the look. The Anchorwomen, though, knocked the ball out of bounds, trying to get the rebound. So that's still going to be Owls' ball, but Anchorwomen at least around the ball on that one. It's not able to bring down the rebound, but at least they were near it. They were in the right position on that one. Weren't being out-muscled that time. Back to inbound the ball. She's able to get it to McPadden. McPadden on the drive, takes a long corner to air ball, though. Rebound, Brooke Young. She's being harassed by Ganya, but it doesn't matter to her. Galvin handling the ball. Galvin passes the ball off to Spitzju. She gets hit on the way up. Gonna be the Anchorwoman ball. Little 5'3" girl trying to get up there. Not trying to really get enough there. Air, though. A little bit of confusion over who's going to be inbounding it. They settle on Brooke Young. Ball pass on the outside to Galvin.
Another great outside look
Galvin
there.
makes the three, too. Oh,
Back threes for Gavin.
absolutely. The Anchorwomen are heating up now, which is just good to see going into getting some momentum going into halftime with 20 seconds left to go in the quarter. Ball being handled by Tamara Gagne. Gagne passes it off to McPadden. McPadden passes it off on the inside to Brooke, and that one rolls in. 5 seconds left to go. Ball being handled by Spit. Gavin takes the half-court shot, and that's off, and that's the end of the half as the Anchorwomen lead 25-17 against Keene State College in this Little Eastern Conference matchup. You're watching Anchor TV's broadcast, or you're listening on 90.7 WXIN, our broadcast of the first game of this Rhode Island College basketball doubleheader. Anyway, though, I'm Jake Elmsley. I'm here with Jackson Reaper. We're going to take a break here, and we will be back for the second half of play in just a bit. And we are back for the start of this second half here in this Eastern Conference matchup. The first game of a Rhode Island College basketball doubleheader. The men's team will be on next to take on the Keene State Owls. But right now, the women's team is leading them right now, 25-17. And after what was, I don't want to say a rough first quarter, but playing a team that's only 2-10, an inferior team to them, it was very even first quarter, so it was nice to see in the second quarter the Anchorwomen were really able to start getting ahead. They were able to make a lot more shots than they were able to make. They were playing a lot more aggressively on the inside. They were guarding those inside looks that were really hurting them in the first half, and they did a lot of things better. I mean, Jackson, what did you notice in that second quarter and the first half in general?
I'd say in the first half in general, Rhode Island did a good job at not really allowing anything inside. It was all just forcing those girls to take shots outside. I mean, you look at the numbers here, 14% from three for the Lady Owls. Not a great start from them from outside, so if one key I'd say for this second half for the Rhode Island would be to continue to force those outside shots, get those girls working on the perimeter, allow nothing inside, and then also continue to push the tempo on offense.
Absolutely, and the Anchorwomen were able to get some, as we get a whistle blown on the inbound pass. I think it's an issue with the clock. Okay, we're going to get that restarted. But and the Anchorwomen were able to get some momentum at the end of get some good momentum at the end of the first half. Jordan Gavin making 2 threes within the last 3-4 minutes of that game really got the team going. Back-to-back possessions on that. So if the Anchorwomen can keep that kind of thing up, keep being efficient shooting threes, they're 3 for 7 right now. They've been efficient that way. They're 40% overall in field goals, so good shooting percentages from them. So they can just keep that kind of thing up, continue to force the Owls to take these outside shots, and just remain aggressive, keep the tempo up, don't take the foot off the gas pedal. They should be good. They should be able to really keep this one at arm's length and pull away eventually and finally get their first Little Eastern Conference win. As now, maybe it was a problem with the ball, but it's been out inbounded. Hein Backhand handling the ball now. Jessica Rubera still on the sideline as an inside basket's made by Lily Schliemann. Schliemann makes the basket.
Pulling a little Isaiah Thomas with the shoe change in the second half.
McCaffrey handling the ball. She passed the ball off to Livramento, who was dominant in the first half. She has 10 points. She leads both teams in scoring. Livramento with the ball on top of the key. She passed it off to Gavin, who had 8 points in the first half. Gavin gets the ball to McCaffrey across. McCaffrey's trying to drive. Pass the ball off to Livramento. Livramento takes the two.
Blocked there, but good offensive rebound. Unfortunately, they couldn't get that to drop.
DeCristofaro able to get it, but just misses the open layup. Ball to Schliemann. Schliemann gets it over to Bennett. Bennett gets it to Thack. Thack wings the ball near half court. She's being guarded by McCaffrey. McCaffrey gets the ball to Schliemann. Schliemann's driving. Oh, and a nice block by Jessica Brielmeyer. Oh, my God. She says that one packing. Brielmeyer at 6'2". Schliemann, the 5'9" guard, didn't stand a chance as McCaffrey takes the three. McCaffrey's off. Rebound by Burke. That one woke us up, Jackson.
Sure did. And it's important also to have that big inside presence as the Rhode Island girls have.
Absolutely. Hopefully they'll utilize her more in the first half. She didn't seem to in the second half. Didn't seem like she played too much in the first half. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more of that.
A little bit of foul trouble I noticed with her. But now, I mean, now it's the second half.
You have 2
I
fouls.
believe she has 2 fouls. Yep. So we'll see her get bigger minutes now. Just be that dominant presence down the post and also in the paint on defense.
Absolutely. As Jordan Govin brings the ball up. Jordan Govin's pointing, putting the point guard on that one. Moves Brillmeyer to the side. She's driving. There's pass the ball off to Livermento. Livermento takes the J. She's off. Rebound by Schlerman. Schlerman passes the ball to McPadden, but that ball goes out of bounds. The fast break opportunity, no good for the Owls. Into the sloppy play there. 7:57 left to go in the third quarter of play as the Anchorwomen lead 25-19. Ball being handled by Govin. Govin passes the ball off to Livermento. Livermento being guarded by Bennett. She passes the ball off to Brillmeyer. Brillmeyer gets the ball to McCaffrey. McCaffrey gets the ball to Livermento. Livermento thinks about it. She drives. She passes the ball as she falls. Ball picked by Lily Schleeman. Nice play by her, but Govin rushes down the court to meet her, but she's unable to stop the layup. So the Owls now, so far, with 4 points in this half.
Playing with a lot of energy this half, as we hadn't really seen in the first, especially on defense. You notice that the Owls were playing with good physicality and whatnot, but I've noticed that, especially in the transition game, they've definitely stepped it up earlier here in the second half.
Absolutely, as the ball gets inbounded out to Govin. And ball falls on the ground. Once again, like you were talking about, good intensity there by the Owls.
And they're pushing the tempo here, as you see. Gotten 2 very good transition buckets to go. Working that clock a little bit, we'll see them continue to press it inside.
As the ball is being handled by Schleeman. Schleeman gets the ball over to Burke. Burke gets the ball to McPadden. McPadden back to Bennett. Bennett loses the ball, but that's going to be an offensive foul against the Anchorwoman.
Correction, a defensive foul.
Excuse me, you're right.
Reaching.
Thank you, a reaching foul against the Anchorwoman. So Brillmeyer's going to sit out.
It's also worth noting that it looks like Govin will not be returning to this game with that ankle injury. Sorry.
Rubera. Rubera's on the.
We look for Govin to be utilized more. She's got to step up as that primary ball handler and scorer for the Lady Anchorwoman here.
Yeah, we talked about it at the end of the. We talked about it a few minutes ago that at the end of the first half, she made those 2 threes in rapid succession. It really kind of seemed to wake up offensively, so she can keep that up. That'll be huge while Rubera sits on the sideline without a shoe on. Her ankle very wrapped up, cheering on her team. Ball passed out to Emily McPadden. Nice rebound by Livermento, though. Ball passed over to Cristofaro. Cristofaro driving. She gets the ball off to Govin. Govin's trying to direct traffic. Tries to get a pick set by Stewart. The defender gets around it, though. Ball's knocked out of her hand, but it's still going to be the Anchorwoman's ball. So still nice defense on that possession by the Owls, not allowing the Anchorwoman to get a play set. Ball inbounded to Govin. Govin passes the ball off to Cristofaro. Cristofaro tries to get to McCaffrey. She almost loses, though, but she's able to track it down in the half court. She hands it off to Govin. Govin on the drive. Govin with the floater. Govin with the make. And Govin's got 10 points.
It was a tough start for the Anchorwoman this half, but that bucket will just put them right back in the driver's seat where they need to be.
Still up 27-21 with 5:28 left to go in the third quarter. 15 minutes left to go in the half. Has a nice drive, though, by Schleeman, who also is coming alive in the second half.
That's 3 inside buckets for her pretty quick, so we'll see them continue to work it inside. Looks like the Anchorwomen haven't been giving them more space that they would like inside.
Yeah, the Anchorwomen got to go back to that nice inside defense that was really helping them in the first half, as Govin is not quite able to track the rebound after a miss by McCaffrey. Ball being brought down by Schleeman. Schleeman gets the ball over to Bennett, and Bennett's able to make a 3.
Red hot start here for Keene.
Absolutely, and that's Bennett's second 3 of the game. That's the third 3 overall for the Owls, who were struggling from 3 in the first half. And a timeout's called. Gonna be seeing a little bit of a platoon swap here for both teams. And absolutely, though, the Owls able to close what was an 8-point lead at the start of the half to a 1-point lead.
And it was definitely a change of pace as you see them pushing the floor a little bit more, getting out in transition, looking for those easy buckets. As we saw in the second quarter of that first half, not many great looks that were offered to them by Rhode Island, but it's interesting to see them just get out there in transition, get the ball inside, and great outside shot there as we'd seen before.
Yeah, and it seems like the Owls have kind of caught the Anchorwomen off guard now with the way that they're pushing the pace early in this half. So maybe this timeout is a good opportunity for Coach Cosgrove to just kind of sit them down and get them relaxed.
And I look for them to, you should just press a little bit more inside. You should not force too many baskets around the rim. What worked for them in that first half was getting those ladies in Keene to shoot outside shots. As you mentioned before, the field goal percentage out there wasn't so great beyond the arc. So if they want to, just pull away here a little bit more, I'd look for them to force those outside shots, allow nothing inside.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I mean, they're really not giving them nearly as much pressure on the inside. We saw when Brillmeyer was in there having a little bit more luck with that, but still, the Anchorwomen giving up a couple of successive good inside shots, especially to Schliemann. They can't
had a red-hot start with those 3 inside buckets she scored.
Exactly, but they can't be letting guards dominate them on the inside right now at this point in the game. No, so they just got to look just to calm down. Seemingly they were just on their back foot for a minute and just see if they can collect themselves and kind of get their lead back. And that's a defensive foul. That's a foul by the Owls, as they seem to shove Brillmeyer on the inbound. And another timeout's called. So we're going to be, another timeout coming with 4:37 left to go on this whole. Jackson, see anything else there you want to talk about?
Not so much, just what we talked about before.
It's hard when they call these timeouts back to back. We run out of stuff to talk about real quick. So, yeah, not a lot to go over there, but like we're saying, the Anchorwomen just got to collect themselves, calm down, just continue to create these buckets.
It's been a little bit of a struggle for them so far, but as they had great success in the first half with their perimeter defense, their interior defense, offensively getting those shots around the basket. Continue to look them to pound the ball inside, get those good open looks, and ball movement is also going to be key right here.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, absolutely. The Anchorwomen just got to keep doing the things that have been good for them. Obviously, the ball movement has taken a little bit of a hit without Jesse Rivera, but still, Jordan Govin has stepped up. A lot of these other guards have been stepping up, so they've been able to move the ball pretty effectively. Maybe go to more of these pick and roll sets. They've had a couple of those. They've been able to spring a couple of shots loose. It seems like maybe they've been demotivated by missing the shots on these pick and roll plays, but they've still been able to create quality looks.
They have, correct.
So maybe that's something that they should look at holistically and see that it has been working as it comes time to impound the ball. As a really contested shot is taken by Livermento.
Ooh. As an offensive foul called
on Brillmeyer, who just muscles her way through a couple of girls, it looked like. And it's going to be the Owls' ball now. Ball inbounded to Thack, and the Owls have a chance to take a lead for the first time since the first quarter here. Thack's on the drive. Thack gets around Brillmeyer on the inside. That one spins in and out, though, but a nice move by Keene Thack. Should have tried to pronounce that name. Brillmeyer with the ball at the baseline. Pass it off to Spitshall. Spitshall passes up to Govin. Ball back to Brillmeyer at the top of the key. Back to Spitshall. Spitshall drives. Ooh, but Brillmeyer's able to get underneath. She's able to get the ball up, and she's fouled on the way up. So a nice little two-man game being played there by Lisbeth Spitshall and Jessica Brillmeyer. And she's going to step to the line for the Anchorwomen's first free throws of the second half. And not a lot of free throws in this game for either team so far. In this game, we've only seen 6 free throws so far, 4 of them for the Anchorwomen, as Brillmeyer misses her first one. Lining up to take her second. Brillmeyer looking for her first points of the game. Has 7 rebounds so far in this one, though. And she misses that one. Isn't able to quite get the rebound either. So Brillmeyer is still scoreless. Ball passed out to Bennett. Bennett to Thack. McPadden gets the ball off to Bennett. Bennett's able to get around and play on a pick and roll. Oh, but a nice block by Brillmeyer, swatting out the girl's hand while she's in midair. That was a nice play by her to only get ball. As the 3 ball is taken by Brooke Young. She's off though, but the rebound by Spitja. Ball finds its way back to Govin. Govin's trying to direct some traffic. Govin's trying to get by back. Govin passes the ball off to Young. Young's able to get by a girl. Young gets it inside to Livramento. Nice pass by Young. Nice shot underneath the basket by Livramento. Nice ball movement by the Anchorwomen on that one. Able to get the second chance bucket.
And that was something that worked well for them in the first half. Just that slashing mentality, coming off the pick right there and getting open for the bucket around the rim. Look for them to just continue to do that, to just stretch this lead a little bit, just because they were so successful with it in the first half.
Yes, absolutely. As the whistles blow, that's going to be an off. That's looks like it was no foul on the Anchorwoman. It's going to remain Owl's ball. Looks like maybe Livramento drew a charge there, but alas, no such luck. With 2:45 left to go in the third quarter of play here. Emily McPadden inbound the ball. She's looking for someone to go with it. She inbounds it to Mitchell, who's re-entered the game. Mitchell's able to get by Spitja. Mitchell's able to get the basket. Nice drive there by Jasmine Mitchell. She's able to get her third and fourth points of the game.
And you see in this half especially, the Anchorwomen breaking down a little bit defensively in the interior. Something that wasn't really a case there in the first half.
No, as Brooke Young misses the long corner too. Rebound by Schliemann. Schliemann's being guarded by our number 14, Spitja. Schliemann's able to get inside though, but her shot goes off the bottom of the basket, but a whistle's blown. Bottom of the backboard, actually. So she's a little off. And she's going to be going to the line, actually. I didn't see any contact there, but I guess she was fouled somehow. So Lily Schliemann going up to take the third and fourth free throws of the quarter and the third and fourth free throws of the game for the Owls. As a big platoon swap going on for both teams here. As she misses her first free throw, but still an opportunity to tie the game here. Lily Schliemann gearing up for this. She takes it. She's off again. So both teams are collectively 3 for 10 on free throws so far in this game. So 30% game-wide. Anchorwoman still up by 1. Livramento driving. Livramento with the nifty moves. Able to get around one girl. Able to get it to Di Cristofaro, but she's unable to make the shot, but a whistle's blown.
Great look inside on that last play.
And it's still going to be Anchorwoman ball though, but yeah, no, a nice play by Livramento. She's able to go behind her back, get by one girl, doesn't see the shots, able to get off to her teammate. Nice play by her. Showing off the handles and the passing IQ. Govin handles the ball, Govin gets the ball to Stewart. Stewart gets the ball over to Di Cristofaro. Ball back to Govin. Govin with the take. Takes the 3, Govin makes the 3. Anchorwoman up by 4, and it's now a 2-possession game.
That's her third triple of the game, as you see right there.
Absolutely. She's got 11 now, so now she's leading the Anchorwoman in points. Excuse me, no, she's not. Excuse me, she's got 13 now, so she is leading the team in points. An open corner look for Abby Thun. She's able to make that one, and those are the type of shots that the Owls weren't making in the first half. If they can start making them, that's going to kind of affect the way the Anchorwoman
They are.
have to
In this
approach
half, they're getting very good high percentage looks around the basket, not really forcing those outside shots, Rhode Island is at least, that they were in the first half. So you see their shooting percentage go up a little bit because they've just they haven't cracked down as much defensively within the paint area, but allowing too many good open looks.
As Margaret McCaffrey takes a shot, misses it, gets a rebound, tries to pass it to Stewart, bounces around, but Stewart's still able to get it. As Jordan Govin has the ball at the top of the QB. You're right, the Owls now, they've made a couple of outside shots in this half.
They have. I mean, obviously not looking to go there as much as they had that first half. Like I said before, Anchorwoman, for some odd reason, just seem to be crumbling a little bit within the interior, allowing Keene to get to the bucket a little bit easier than they had in that first half. Not as stifling as we had
Yeah,
seen.
they have not been committing so much to that inside game, and maybe Coach Cosgrove just foresaw better outside shooting coming. I'm not sure, but it seems like they're still respecting an outside shot of the Owls, which we're seeing might not be the worst, might not be the dumbest thing to do.
No, and percentage-wise, I mean, obviously that's something you want to stick to in your game plan. But now I'd say since they've started to heat it up a little bit, get those open looks, good ball movement that I've seen, I'd say you probably want to revert back to what you were doing before. Just crash a little bit more on the interior and make sure they're not getting those looks that they have been.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. It seems like those looks, it's got a little soft on the inside for the Anchor woman, so you got to find ways to continue to produce that as Mitchell handles the ball. Ball finds its way to McPadden. McPadden being guarded hard by DiCristofaro. Long three taken. Nice play by Gavin. And that's the end of the third quarter. A lot of things I was trying to narrate at once. Couldn't get it all out, but still nice play. But Jordan Gavin is down now. And that would be huge for the Anchor men. The Anchor woman. If Gavin was down now with Rubera already being out, Gavin's really been there.
She has been a high energy player this game. It would be very disappointing if they were to lose her.
And she's been their leader on offense so far, and
looks like a head injury from what I see here.
I can't
just take some time to
assess this. End of the quarter, 10 minutes left to go in this game. Only a 2-point lead for the Rhode Island College. This would be bad for them to lose Gavin right now. Just you have to hope she's okay. Jordan Gavin, great player. Looks like it might be a nose. She's feeling that nose. Well, she's smiling, so she looks like she's
just about to walk it off.
Jordan Gavin, nice player. Interviewed her at the end of the last game. I commentate here. Very nice woman to talk to. So good to see her able to get it. No, excuse me, that wasn't Gavin. That was DiCristofaro. Still a nice girl, I'm sure. Obviously, we've had them lose her. Well, now I feel awful, Jackson. You thought that was Gavin too, right?
I did, correct.
Yes, okay, well.
You just don't see the two, so.
I mean, she's 24, so. No, you're right. No, it is 14. Yeah, no, we were justified. All right, well, apologize to Amber, the senior guard out of Smithfield. So, apologies to her. So. Oh God, I hope that they don't hear that part. Oh, I hope they don't listen to it. I hope they don't listen to that part of the game. Hope they fast forward through that. But we can't do anything about that now. So anyway, though, as the Anchormen go in now to the last quarter of the game, last 10 minutes of the half, what do you think is just the key to them keeping their lead and hopefully widening their lead now?
Well, Keene State having an offensive explosion in that last period, outscoring Rhode Island by 6. Now Rhode Island only holding a 2-point lead. I think, as I mentioned before, they just need, you get those high energy players out there for RIC, and you get those girls playing, aggressive defense on the perimeter, on the interior, not necessarily going with a bigger lineup size-wise, but just energy.
Yes.
And I think that's just going to be important for them to close out this game. You can allow those outside shots. Keene hasn't been shooting very well from out there, but need to be physical in the interior. Can't allow those easy buckets inside, as we saw in that last half. They just bully them down there. Just allowed too many easy transition hoops, slashing buckets into the paint. Key for RIC here is energy.
And I agree. It seemed like they were just more than anything else, they were caught off guard.
And I think so too, but it was also
at the start of the half.
Just a halftime adjustment made by Keene.
Yes.
Obviously, I saw them playing with way more energy on offense in that last quarter. We'll see, whether or not they're going to be able to close it out here, as it looks like a majority of their starters are still out on the floor.
Yes, and like I was saying about a lot of the scoring for Keene in that first half came within the first few minutes of the third quarter, and it seemed like after they had that timeout that we talked about with.
A great look inside right there for Keene, but hasn't gotten it to fall.
Yeah, but it seemed like after that timeout was called, as Margaret McCaffrey takes a shot, she's off. Rebound by the Owls. But it seemed like after the Anchor Woman took a timeout at the beginning of the second, at halfway through the third quarter, we talked about it. I thought that was a good time for Coach Cosgrove to bring them in and have them settle down and just kind of tell them that to adjust to the energy level that the Owls brought out. And it seemed like that's what happened, because after that, the Anchor Woman played a lot. They didn't seem to be on their back foot.
Yeah, and you're right, and I noticed that too. She floats it up there, and it doesn't get to go. But just for them, I think they've done a good job here. Just as the turnover's called, travel.
Yeah, again, another travel called on the Anchor Woman. But yeah, it seemed like after they were able to get and kind of settle down, they were able to fend off that.
And got that spark back a little bit offensively, but
whether it was an adjustment for the Owls or just playing with more energy, because obviously that was their highest scoring quarter of the game by far. They scored 13 games.
And Rick's lowest scoring quarter of the game with only 7 points.
Yes, exactly.
Which was offensively a similar quarter to what Keene had in the second.
Yes.
Which we didn't see them get many shots to fall at all. So I think right here it's just playing good defense if you're Rick, and then just getting those easy inside shots.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that in the second half of that third period, they played much better. So just keeping up the things they were doing right there. As Gavin, her pass sails a little over the head of Livramento. So that's going to be an Owls ball.
And Keene's played well in transition this game, so I think for this quarter especially, Rhode Island needs to limit turnovers and get back on defense as quick as they can, because Keene has shown that they have a lot of skill in transition.
Yes, as Jordan Burke is able to make a basket. So now this game is tied 32-32 with 8 minutes left to go in the game. Looks like this one might be coming to a little bit of a thrilling conclusion here, Jackson.
It is.
Margaret McCaffrey takes the three. I keep thinking everybody out in this court is Jordan Gavin. But she's off, so it's going to be Keene State ball once again. And a little bit more of those little ill-advised long shots we're seeing the Anchor Woman kind of starting to settle into as Mitchell handles the ball. Mitchell passes it off to Schliemann. Schliemann takes the three. Schlieman's off. Owls able to keep the ball, though, as Schliemann's fouled on the way up. And that's going to be two free throws for her, and the Anchor Woman kind of...
Just an inbounds pass here, it looks like.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't quite look like she was on the way up. Well, that's good. I didn't think she was in the motion of shooting. No. So Jasmine
also has run, as I've seen, a few different offensive sets from the inbounds area.
Yeah.
Gotten a lot of great looks.
And Schliemann again carving up the Anchor Woman on the inside.
She's had a great half, getting a lot of good shots inside.
Absolutely. As Brooke Young gets the three. No, Lily Schliemann having a good game. The Anchor Woman, really, the Owls have been very effective from these inbound sets.
They have. We've seen a couple great buckets that they've scored from
just passing into shots. As Schliemann takes the three now, air ball. And those are the kind of shots
they need to keep forcing them to take. Yep, you're correct.
Absolutely. Those are the kind of shots. It didn't seem like they were forced on that one too much, though. The Owls had plenty of time. It seemed like Schliemann just wanted to take that three. So, Anchor Woman ball now. Ball being handled by Spitzja. She's being guarded tight by Mitchell. She gets the ball off to Gavin. That's actually Gavin this time. Gavin on the drive. Gavin passes it off to Livramento. Livramento looks for...
Oh,
Livramento, nice moves on the inside, but her layup bounces just out. But still nice. She's been showing off the handles all over the place tonight, or today, in the Murray Center. And it looks like it's still going to be Anchor Woman ball. Ball inbounded to Livramento, back to Gavin. Gavin trying to get around the defender. She's at top of the key. She passes the ball off to Young. Young passes the ball off to Stewart. Stewart on the basket. Stewart driving. Stewart gets fouled on the way up. Nice move by her. She's able to draw that foul, and she's going to get to the line.
And free throws have been a weakness for both teams today. See if she's able to knock down both of these.
Yeah, both
stretch
teams
that lead out just a bit.
Both teams are combined 3 to 10. 3 of 10 right now from the free throw line. But Sierra Stewart stepping up to take these free throws, hopefully able to make this a 3-point game. And she makes the first one. So it's going to be big for the Anchor Woman right here. They can at least extend this once again to a 3-point game with 6:32 left to go in the game now at this point. Again, nice ball movement by the Anchorwoman. Not afraid to make those extra couple of passes, and she misses that one. So
Looks like a lane violation was also called there.
So the Anchorwoman up by 2 against the Keene State Lady Owls with 6:32 left to go in the game. Ball being handled by Mitchell. Mitchell being guarded by Spitzja. Mitchell looking for somewhere to go with it. Mitchell passes the ball off to McPadden. McPadden gets it back over to Bennett. Bennett gets it back over to Mitchell. Bennett goes to set the screen, then opts out of it. Shot taken by Bennett. 3-ball made by Bennett. That's a big basket for the Lady Owls right now with 6 minutes left to go in this game. And Bennett has been easily their best 3-point shooter. She's 3 for 5 now.
It was a high arcing shot there. It looked like it was just about to miss, but just drops right in and gives her the lead.
Absolutely. And the important thing right now for the Anchorwoman now is to not try to force a 3 of their own, to try to get a nice shot as Gavin takes the mid-range J there. Not quite able to make it. And the Owls now with a chance to extend this lead. They're up by 1 now with 5:25 left to go. And that's going to remain, though, the Owls' ball as Lily Schlieman's shot sails out of bounds. And a timeout is called. And the Anchorwoman, so far to both teams, 4-4 scoring in this half. No, excuse me, the Owls outscoring the Anchorwoman so far in this period. So far in this half now. So, what do you think the right approach now is for the Anchorwoman on offense?
Well, they've been missing quite a bit of good looks, but I think, that's just going to come with getting, if you're getting good looks, you just got to continue to take them. I think Keene's been doing a good job at pushing the ball down off those defensive rebounds, so it's important for them to get back in transition and not allow them to, to control the pace of the game. As I mentioned before, it's all about energy right now, and I think if you can control the pace of the game, you can play your style of basketball. RIC seems to be struggling a little bit offensively, but I think that's going to come with them to continue to get those easy inside looks. Hopefully they'll continue to drop and they'll be able to eventually take the lead and win this game.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, they're still only trailing by 1 right now. It's going to be the Owls' ball, but the Anchorwomen really have, at most points, been playing like the better team in this game. They just, these spurts of inconsistency are what's really killing them.
Right, yeah, and turnovers, not getting back on defense quick enough. It's allowed Keene to pretty much build this offensive surge that's allowed them to come back and eventually take the lead here in this quarter. As they'll be running another inbounds play. We've seen them have a lot of success to this point right here.
As seems like Kenzie Bennett got tripped up there. Seems like they're going to call another foul, so going to be another inbound set coming here. And you talk about turnovers, you're right. The Anchorwomen have 13 turnovers. The Keene State only having 5, which obviously was such a close possession game. Every turnover is so important. And another foul is called.
No, 5-second violation on Keene. Couldn't get the ball in play.
So let's go. So the inbound sets there not working out for them. So that's going to be a turnover for them. That's going to be the Anchorwoman ball as Jordan Gavin handling it. Livermento with the ball.
Great post move there.
Yes, and she makes it. Nice moves by Livermento there. Really showing off her full repertoire of moves in this game. Really showing it all. Oh, and there she is again. Just putting her hands up saying no thank you and taking that pass it off.
Great pass there.
Yeah, nice. As she passed it to Spitzger, passed it right back to her, and Livermento's got her second basket in just as many seconds, it seems like.
And with her being the highest scorer, and I wouldn't say, that's a necessity for them to go to her more often, but I mean, she's been taking great high percentage shots inside, and I think you know, with her having the success she's had this game scoring the ball inside, you got to keep going to her. So
Or at least keep going to that approach.
correct.
As Kenzie Bennett takes three. She misses the three. Rebound by Spitja. Jordan Govan handling the ball. She's trying to push the pace down. Unable to get anything. She decides to stop. Let the play set itself up. Govan handling the ball. She's being guarded by McPadden. She gets the ball off to Livermento. Livermento passes the ball off to Brooke Young. Brooke Young being guarded. Brooke Young drives. Brooke Young takes the mid-range J. She airballs it. Govan tries to knock the ball back in bounds, but she's not able to get to it quite in time. But you're right, so it's easy inside looks.
It is, yeah, and despite that miss right there, I think they did a good job at spacing the floor, getting a good inside look, and they should continue to do that for the remaining minutes of this game.
Yeah, I think the worst thing for the Anchorwomen right now would be to try to fall into a trap with taking a lot of outside shots.
Yeah, and also turnovers too, as we mentioned before. I think, you know, with Keene playing well in the transition game, it's important for Rhode Island to limit their turnovers and also force them, as they had. When you see that bucket by Livermento the last couple possessions.
Absolutely, that's a good point, though. No, I haven't think about that terms, but you're right. The competence of the Owls in the transition game really does highlight the need to not turn the ball over. As Spitzer takes a mid-range A, and she makes that one. Nice corner, too, from Lisbeth Spitzer. And she's got, those are her first points of the game after missing her first two free throws. Schliemann passes the ball off to the corner. Three taken by Kenzie Bennett. Air ball. Rebound. D. Cristofaro handling the ball. Not Jordan Govan handling the ball. Now Jordan Govan's handling the ball. 2:54 left to go in the game. Anchorwoman up by 3. Spitzer tries to get around a couple players. She's not able to generate much. Pass the ball off back to Govan. Govan's being guarded by Mitchell. Govan's able to get by Mitchell. Ball is passed up to Livermento. Livermento takes the baseline J. It goes in, it goes out. Nice shot selection by her, but not quite able to make it. Mitchell's handling the ball. Mitchell's bringing down. 2:30 left to go on this one. Spitzer's able to stick on Mitchell. Mitchell passes the ball off to Abby. No, excuse me, to McPadden. McPadden's driving. McPadden gets tripped up. It seems she went out of bounds. That's going to be the Anchorwomen's ball again as they lead 42-37. 2:22 left to go. A basket here would be phenomenal for their chances in this one.
It would be, and also for them to just control the pace of this game as a timeout is called right here. Rick had been doing the last couple possessions. I saw a good job of them just milking the clock, working, you know, to get a good shot, running their offensive sets. Something they need to continue to do in the last 2 minutes of the game here.
Yeah, being able to slow it down and just make 1 or 2 more shots, I would think would steal this game away at this point.
It would, correct, but you never know. Jimmy, just the way that Keene's been playing in the transition game. I mean, just as we saw, to start the second half and even this quarter, a couple buckets here that they could get off of a turnover, a missed shot, could put them right back in the game. So I mean, they're only down by 5, but you know, it's not that much. They could, 3 and a quick, easy bucket, you get you right back in the game and tie it up.
Absolutely. Well, that's why I think this possession right here is I don't mean to try to put too much emphasis on every little thing, but this possession right here could be a very important one for them. If they're able to get a bucket here, get a couple points on the board, make this a 2-3 possession game for the Owls. Kind of maybe force the Owls to force the Owls to go to those outside shots.
You look right now, you see the Owls running their full court press. See how Rhode Island's able to attack this.
With the ball security. But yes, hopefully a basket here would then maybe get the Owls into some kind of panic mode and force them to try to make them start thinking they need to take these outside shots. As Livermento handles the ball, she passes the ball off to Spitja. Livermento isn't quite able to set the pick, and
offensive foul called once again.
So, like you said, this is a good possession here for the Owls now.
You can, and I mean, if you're Rick, you can't be giving the ball away for free, really.
No.
I mean, and that comes with the offensive fouls and the easy turnovers.
Not able to kill any clock at all.
Protecting that ball and not giving them, another chance to just grab any easy buckets.
As McPadden takes the 3, she's off. That's big. Ball being handled by Govan now. Govan taken down. She's being guarded by Schliemann. Ball security is big right now. She's able to get the ball over Schliemann's head to Livermento. Livermento passes it off to D. Cristofaro. Her defender's able to get around the pick, though. Spitja's able to get the ball, and a turnover there. A nigh turnover there for the Anchorwomen. Spitja's just able to recover it in the backcourt. Sierra Stewart, though, is
called for the travel.
After Schliemann comes and flies over her head. So I guess that's another turnover there for the Anchorwomen, and that was really there was almost an earlier turnover in that, only Bailey able to cover it, and now that was a real turnover. Is that, do you attribute that more to the Owls being aggressive on defense, or the anchor woman getting a little sloppy with the ball here?
I think it's a combination of both. I've seen the Owls play with a lot of physicality, just continuing that high energy that they brought after starting in the second half.
Yeah.
I think they've played well defensively, been holding Rick to some very tough shots. But at the same time, I think Rick has, done a bit of a poor job at taking control of the ball and not giving it away too easily. Just look for them now, in the remaining minute and a half of the game with Keene, forcing to take quick shots. I think Rhode Island needs to, you need to make your free throws, the gimmies. Also just take control of the ball. Can't get too caught up in what they're going to be running with this press that they'll be seeing from the inbound. So.
No, I agree with all that with you. Absolutely, the Egg women just need to calm down a little bit. They need to just maintain possession of the ball. You're seeing, obviously, the Owls are flying around on defense, and you have to commend them for that. But the Egg women still a travel there. It's kind of losing the ball in the half court. They need to calm down with that and just finally put that last dagger in the Owls, which are still kind of looking for the opportunity.
Maintain possession of that ball.
Jordan Govin now. Guarding the inbound pass. And ball winds up with Kenzie Bennett. Kenzie Bennett gets it off to Burke. Burke gets it back to Bennett. Bennett gets it back up, gets it to Mitchell. As Mitchell almost gives the ball, and Mitchell loses the ball. Nice defensive play there by Livramento, it looked like, as Govin's possessing the ball with 1:06 left to go in this game. And an offensive penalty now.
No, it's timeout.
Timeout. Oh, excuse me. Timeout called with the anchor woman now up by 5 with 1:05 left to go in this game. The anchor woman possessed the ball with 23 seconds left on the shot clock, and I think a bucket here now. As a bucket a minute and a half ago would have been huge, so a bucket now would, I'm not going to say would put this game away, but it would really put the Owls.
Yeah, absolutely. It would force Keene to take quick shots,
take
especially
quick
from the perimeter,
shots.
which they haven't been so great out there today. If you're Rhode Island, you want to get as much time off the clock as you can. Look for that good inside shot that's been working for you all game,
and put that dagger in the Owls.
Yeah, of course.
Really, I don't know if people go owl hunting, but if they do, whatever they do to the Owls, they gotta do here. You ever seen an owl in person?
I have.
In the wild?
In the wild, yeah.
They are creepy. They are a scary thing to see in person. As the ball gets inbounded to Jordan Govin. Jordan Govin gets it off to Livramento. Livramento gets off to Spitcha. Spitcha's driving. Spitcha gets a shot, and Spitcha's fouled on the way up.
Looked like she came down very hard.
Yeah, she looks a little dizzy on the way down there. Looks like they're kind of walking her over to the free throw line. Looks like it might be she's clenching her wrist a little bit. But now Spitcha with a chance to really get the game-ending points here, I'd say. She has 2 points in this one. She's 0 for 2 on free throws right now. But hopefully she's able to redeem herself a little bit at the line here. First one coming here with 56.7 seconds left to go. And she misses the first one.
It's been a weakness for both teams, but now as we move in, the last minute of the game, and it turns into a free throw game.
And she's off on that one as well. So somehow Keene State still manages to only be down by 5 after 3, 4, 5 anchor woman possessions in the last 2 minutes. Mitchell driving. Mitchell's able to get the ball inside to Bennett, but that bounces out. Unfortunate bounce for them there. And with 42.4 seconds left to go, the anchor woman still leading by 5. But it's going to be the Owls' ball here. But even then, killed another 10 seconds. Not the worst thing in the world for the anchor woman. Ball to be inbounded here by Emily McPadden. Refs talking some stuff over, but here I think it's crucial for the anchor woman to clamp down. Really not let the Owls get any sense of hope.
Yeah, no, they're going to be looking for an outside shot here from what it seems like. So if they can just
get
a little time off the clock there.
And she makes that one. And was she fouled on the way up?
She
Is that
was.
well, that's huge now. I was about to say before she made that shot that making this a one-possession game would make it a totally different event.
Absolutely, and I said before, you know, as the free throw game is going to come into effect now with them only being down 3, obviously if she makes this free throw, but down by 2, with Rhode Island not making those gimmies, it's going to be...
She misses that one, but she's nearly able to get her own rebound. But Jordan Govin's able to come to it as a timeout's called. But I think that's also, honestly, I was going to say that it's big for this to be a one-possession game. But I think it's big for the Anchorwoman now to be up by 3, though.
It is, yeah, but now with fouls coming into effect and forcing them to take those free throws, with the low percentage that they've shot today, it's going to be very interesting to see if whether or not they can hold on, ice that game. You know, now it's going to turn into a back-and-forth battle with Keene pushing the tempo on offense, trying to get those good, easy looks, and Rhode Island just needing to make those free throws to seal it.
Absolutely, but I just think the fact that now the Owls are in a position where they might need to be looking for a 3-ball.
Yep, and they haven't shot that well from out there
they're
today.
16.7. They're 4 for 24 right now, 16.7%. So that, once again, Bennett missing that free throw there is huge for the Anchorwoman.
It was, yeah, but I mean, you also look for them to maybe, you know, with any missed free throws, can still look to get a quick bucket inside, get those 2 points. But we'll see them, you know, possibly looking for a game-tying bucket on the outside. Granted, you know, a missed free throw opportunity here.
So, good, important possession here. Once again, I mean, all possessions are important at this point in the game when it's a one-possession game. So, the Anchorwomen looking just to get a little bit more breathing room for themselves here. Once again, going from a two-possession to a one-possession game really changes the dynamic of everything here. Jordan Garvin's being guarded hard almost at half court. She's able to get the ball out to Livramento, though. She's being guarded by Bennett. Livramento gets it back over to Gavin. 25 seconds left to go in the game. Gavin being guarded.
And it's interesting, Keene hasn't gone to
force Gavin driving. Gavin gets it off to Spitcha. Spitcha gets it back up to Stewart. Stewart gets it back out to Gavin.
It's a great possession by Rhode Island here.
So far, Gavin driving and
offensive foul called.
So with 8.3 seconds left to go, looked like Gavin was fouled on the way up, but I guess not. So the Owls now with 8.3 seconds left to tie it. And
now I look for them to go for a quick 2 here. And with the way Rhode Island's been shooting free throws today, and I bring this up again, you get a quick 2, make this a 1-point game, you foul them, you force them to shoot free throws, you hope that you miss both. Another quick, you know, bucket there.
Well, what does that say about the shooting in this game? That this team's too afraid to take a 3 to tie it up, but they're also not afraid of letting Rhode Island College take free throws.
The time you got right now, I think they could, you know, run a quick play to get a quick basket. Whether, you know, that's, you know, from the perimeter, from inside, but you know, if I'm Keene here, I'm looking for a quick bucket inside or
something high
mid-range,
percentage.
something high percentage that'll get you on the board, get you that 1-point deficit. But also, you know, you play the free throw game after that, and you just hope you can get another high percentage shot to, you know, possibly go up.
I want to say that goes against most basketball convention with the way free throws are being shot by both teams in this game, with the way that Keene's been shooting threes.
You need to play that game right now.
That doesn't seem like, you know, it's not the dumbest thing in the world. Once again, playing the situation, playing the way these two teams have both been playing. So, ball to be inbounded now by Schliemann. Schliemann with the ball. Schliemann passes it off to Mitchell.
Mitchell
with the ball.
They will be going for the outside shot
Mitchell
here.
passes the ball off back to Schliemann. Schliemann goes for summer goal. Mitchell passes it off to McPadden. McPadden takes 3. McPadden's off, and that'll be an Anchorwoman victory here as they win their first Little Eastern Conference game of the season. Improved to 7-4 as they just defeated the now 2-11 Keene State Owls. And it got closer at the end. The Anchorwomen were outscored in the second half by a decent amount. But the Anchorwomen still really able to starve off the comeback by the Owls. I think it's the best way to for that.
They were, able to.
A wonky last 2 minutes there for the
Yeah, for sure.
They didn't score at all in the last 2 minutes. They will definitely ask Coach Cosgrove in just a minute what she thinks of that. We're going to be having some coaches, going to be having some players come away. Seems like we have Ornella Livramento coming our way now. She was the leading scorer for the Anchorwomen in this game. Here you are. So Ornella Livramento here. Now she had 16 points in this game, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. Obviously a big game for you. You were showing off a lot of your moves. There are a lot of moves in the post, a lot of moves, just not a lot of range, but showing us a lot of your dribbling moves. And what do you, I guess, credit you having a successful game to?
I think we play together. That's how I play this way. I think we play like a team. Team help a lot. That's why I make this effort on the game.
No, absolutely. And you saw in this one, it seemed like at the start of the second half now that Keene State was playing with a lot of energy, at least for the first 5 minutes, and it seemed like kind of caught you guys off guard. Am I right to have thought that, or were you guys maybe a little taken aback by that?
We came a little bit flat on the second half. I think we go. That's why we have a lot of points that we came too flat on the second half. That's why I think it's that.
All right, and you guys were having a little bit of trouble on the inside early on in the game, and then you, a couple of the other forwards and the centers were able to really clamp down on the inside. And did you make any personal adjustments in the game on the inside to defend the paint a little bit better?
Yeah, we changed a little bit. We changed our defense. Our defense improved when we play like together to help each other. Yeah.
All right, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's been good. Have a good game. We'll see you next time. Now the anchor woman. Now we'll move on. The anchor woman will now move on. They'll be once again at home again Monday at 5 p.m. in the Murray Center when they face off against Amherst College. That will be an out-of-conference game, however, and that will be an out-of-conference game for the anchor women. So we'll see what they're able to do there. But once again, we will most likely be covering the game. I'm not 100% sure yet, but after this game, the Rhode Island College anchormen now will be facing off against the Keene State College men's team as well. The men's team has not been having quite the amount of success as the women's team has this year. Not having quite the record, but still looking to continue this season. Also try to get a little Eastern Conference win under the belt. We're just waiting now for Coach Jenna Cosgrove to finish her interviews with the other broadcast team here. We'll be getting to that soon. You've been watching the Rhode Island College Anchor TV broadcast of the game. It's also been being broadcast on 90.7 WXIN. I'm Jake Elmsley. I've been here with Jackson Reaper. Once again, we're just waiting for Jenna Cosgrove. As the Anchor women now winning this game, 42-39. And the Anchor women able to, really surprisingly, for all we were saying about the physicality by the Owls, the Anchor women still were able to out-rebound the Owls offensively and defensively. They were able to outshoot them easily. We talked at the beginning of the game about how the Owls have very low season shooting percentages and shot, once again, below both their averages. They shot 30.4% on field goals, 16% on three-pointers. The Anchor women, though, were able to shoot 34.7% on field goals, but actually shot better on three-pointers.
Yes,
so
yes.
38.5%.
And I think that was attributed a little bit to the offensive surge that they had, starting in that second half. They were getting, a couple good outside looks. I guess they were just getting them to fall and whatnot. But
well, actually, we have Coach Jenna Cosgrove now coming over. So, how are you, Coach? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. How does it feel to get your first Little Eastern Conference win as a head coach for RIC?
Feels great. Feels great. It was a little too close for comfort, but it feels good.
Yeah, so just a couple of things to notice in the game. The first thing that I talked to Ornello about this, but it seemed like at the beginning to start the second half, it seemed like for the first few minutes, Keene State came out with a lot of energy, and they seemed like they weren't dominating, but they were scoring a lot early on in that quarter. But then about halfway through, I noticed you called a timeout. I talked about that maybe you were bringing them in to calm everybody down, get them back focused again. And what do you attribute that to?
Well, we always preach defensive stops, and I don't know if we were flustered with not scoring on the offensive end, but I told them to stop worrying about offense and and we had to get stops on defense in order to be in the game. Obviously, it was a low-scoring game, but our goal was to hold them to under 40 points and hold them to under 20 at the half, which we did. We held them to under 20 and under 40 in the game, and I told them that's how we'll win the game.
Yeah, and the transition game for the Owls kind of seemed to heat up at a certain point. And what sort of adjustments did you make to stop that? It seemed like it went away completely for them in the last quarter there.
Yeah, I thought for us we'd get some transition looks, and we didn't. But, for us, we just wanted to stop the ball early and pressure their guards a little bit. So we just told them to pick up and pressure.
Now, something that I noticed early in the game was that you guys were running some pick-and-roll sets. And the sets themselves were successful. You were springing open looks, but none of the shots were going in, and it seemed like you guys kind of went away from that. Did the lack of, do you think the lack of making the shots kind of discouraged your players from running those sets? Because seemingly they were getting open for good looks.
I always just tell them to keep shooting. You got to keep shooting. You got to worry about the next shot and keep attacking and switch it up. You can drive to the basket or take the shot. So I don't think it discourages too much.
Okay, now of course it's always impressive when the last 2 minutes you guys were able to hold on and win the game without even scoring a single bucket. And it seemed like the offense was in a little bit of some strange things were going on in the last 2 minutes of the game. And what do you
It was just about defense. It was just about getting stops. That was our whole mindset. Just get stops. Offensively, we were trying to slow the game down. We were hoping they fouled us. They didn't. But it was really to run the clock down and get defensive stops.
All right, so that was more by design than anything else?
What?
So that was by design then, more than anything? The primary motive was the defense then for the last 2 minutes?
Defensive, yeah.
All right.
Defensive loss.
That's interesting. Hey, well, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
We were just talking to Coach Jenna Cosgrove of the Rhode Island College Anchorwoman. Anyway, though, from all of us at Anchor TV, I'm Jake Elmsley, Jackson Reaper. Join with us in just a couple minutes, really, when the Rhode Island College men's team will be taking on the Keene State men's basketball team. Anyway, though, once again, you have been watching the Anchor TV broadcast of Rhode Island College women's basketball, and we'll be back with the next game in just a few minutes.